Happy Independence Day this week on the Blue Collar Proud Show. Hey there, Proud Nation, and welcome back to another episode of the Blue Collar Proud Show, the show that is all about having and living the blue collar business dream. If you can dream it, you can build it. And Taylor and I want to be a part of that journey towards your success. My name is Carter Harkins. With me every week here is Taylor Hill.
Glad to be here this week on Independence Day.
So here in America, for those of you listening overseas or somewhere else, this is our Independence Day, July 4th, the day that we celebrate our departure from those who oversaw our sovereignty. Let's put it that way. So it's an exciting day here in America and something that we always celebrate. So happy Independence Day, man.
Well, thank you, and same back to you. And I want to talk about celebration today.
Yeah.
One of the things that my wife has told me for years and years and years is, Taylor, you don't celebrate your wins enough. And, I've just realized in the last year or so how absolutely right she is. I mean, I don't even celebrate my birthday. My birthday comes and goes. People say, happy birthday. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever, I mean, it's not because I'm getting older. I could care less if I'm 60, 70, 80. It doesn't matter. As long as I can, sit in a chair and not drool, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
But what I've realized is women seem to have a much better handle on celebration than us guys. I think us guys sometimes lack not the ability to celebrate, but we don't see those things that could be celebratory.
Yeah.
Yeah. For instance, when you go through an entire day and everything just went right, that's a day to celebrate.
Yeah.
That's a good day.
Yeah, it may not seem like something that you even think of,
Yeah.
but it's worth stopping, taking a minute, acknowledging, and celebrating.
Absolutely. If you've got kids or grandkids, and I've realized I'm very fortunate. I didn't realize this until recently when somebody said, I never hear from my grandkids. I said, well, my oldest grandson's 15. We talk about once every 2 months. They said, you mean they actually talk to you? And I'm like, he actually calls me. And they were like, wow. And I thought, that's something to celebrate. I've got a grandson that thinks enough of me to call and say, hey, Poppy, what's going on? And we have a conversation.
Yeah.
So if you got a kid that crawls up in bed with you and says, you're the best mom or dad, in the world, that's something to celebrate. But we take so many things for granted.
We do. And there are things that we shouldn't be taking for granted, especially in business too. When you make a really good hire and it turns out after 2 or 3 weeks of that person being on the job, they're already creating, revenue and doing a great job and everything. That's a huge deal.
Yes.
I mean, that is worth stopping and celebrating, not only privately, but with that employee and with your company, that's a great thing. When you have a good week or a particularly good month, it's a great time to stop and say, man, I want to celebrate the growth that we're having.
Yeah.
This is good.
It's fantastic.
So to that point, there's some psychology here and some studies that have been done about whether or not celebrating success actually, how that fits it. Because we oftentimes have it backwards. We oftentimes think that when we have something worth celebrating and we stop and celebrate it, that, the reason we're celebrating is because we feel so happy about it. But it's actually the opposite way. It's that when we stop and celebrate something that's worth celebrating, it creates that happiness, right? So success, we're not happy because we're successful. We're successful because we're happy.
Yeah.
And it's a paradox kind of way of shifting our thinking about that. But when we stop and celebrate something, when we take a minute and truly, we have just a story here. When we have a new client, we have a bell that we ring, and the bell gets rung for other reasons too. Anytime we have a moment that we just want to stop and observe something that is going right.
Yeah.
That we're, that's happening. That's a success moment in our business. We want to enculturate that. We want that to be something that is a part of our culture. And it's I miss it when we don't have those moments where we stop and do that. And sometimes we forget, and we'll go, oh, well, shoot, we should have been, 5 other times here. So just ring it 5 times. Because another thing we do is we have a communication channel that we use in our, we chat because we have a lot of remote employees and it's good for interoffice stuff too. We use this chat platform called Slack. And we have a channel in there called For the Win. Mm-hmm. And it's a place where we celebrate our wins. We celebrate those little things that we just want to thank somebody for doing something really nice. Or we want to celebrate a new client that we just got. Or, something else that's just created a positive outcome.
Yeah.
Somebody took the initiative to do something or whatever it may be.
And that's exactly right. It can be somebody putting in there for the win, this person put the dishes up this morning. Yay. And everybody's like, yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
that.
I really appreciate that. And it makes that person feel good. And it also knows that if other people pitch in, they get celebrated too. So it's just taking I think one thing I want to say here is being aware of what can be celebrated. That's the first step. Mm-hmm. Really start looking around and asking yourself, what worked today? What worked today? And celebrate that. Think about that. Just smile about it. It's like, that was a great thing. If you'll concentrate more on what works for you every day, you're going to bring more of that into your life, because that awareness alone, you start creating other opportunities to see what's working. And it gets you out of the mindset of always finding the negative. So find the things that work for you.
Yeah, that's good advice. Guys, this is going to be a short episode this week because of the holiday, but we just wanted to encourage you, find things to celebrate on this day of celebration.
You bet.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to add anything else to it. I do want to just announce our show sponsor for this week. It's closingcommander.com. It's the app that automatically and effortlessly helps you close more open estimates in your business, to move those people who are maybes into the win column and get intelligence and information about why you might have lost some of those estimates as well. You add people into the app when you provide an estimate to them in whatever system you use for your estimates. You add them to Closing Commander, and then you're able to track their engagement by seeing when they open an email, to find out if they clicked a link in the email, to see automatically and get an alert when they respond to that email. All of that happens in the app, and then you can move that person through a series of 7 emails, you can move that person toward a yes. And that is exciting. And we're seeing great results with that. That's one of the wins that we're celebrating around here these days, is Closing Commander and the success that we're having with it for our clients. So go check it out. We have a special offer for you if you'll do that. Click the link in the show notes or in the special offers section of our Blue Collar Proud Show app. It's a link to go sign up for Closing Commander. You'll get the normal 14-day free trial, but then if you use the link specifically for listeners of the Blue Collar Proud Show, you'll get your first month entirely free. So that's 1 month free for being a listener. We want to thank you for doing that. So go check out closingcommander.com, learn all about it, and sign up right now for that free trial. Okay, that's it for this episode of the Blue Collar Proud Show. I want to thank everybody that makes this show happen every single week. That's Aaron Blaze, our technical director, Jessica Wynn, our show coordinator, and Jonathan Sanders, our community manager. Until next time, remember that it takes the same blood, sweat, and tears to build a business that you're not particularly proud of as it does to take that blood, sweat, and tears and put it into the business in a way that gives you everything you want. A business that you can be proud of and a life that's enjoyable to live. We'll see you again here right next time.
The Blue Collar Proud Show is a production of the Blue Collar Proud Network.